Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm going to give you guys a Record Store Day 2025 preview. Everything on this table is coming up for sale on Record Store Day. I do this video every single year, and this is actually one of the most complete videos I've ever shot, hence the reason this entire bin is brimming. I'm only missing 2 titles, and they'll be here later on today, so I haven't had a chance to film them. That is the Taylor Swift 7-inch and the Fleetwood Mac picture disc. Everything else, I believe, is here, and I'm going to show it to you. Keep in mind, if you are local and you are going to be shopping at the In-Groove for Record Store Day, we open at 8 a.m. The lines start hours earlier, but we open at 8 o'clock. Everything that doesn't sell, and there'll be a lot of stuff because we order a lot of records. Everything that doesn't sell will be online on our website the following day at theingroove.com at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. That actually is 5 o'clock Arizona time, but 8 o'clock Eastern Time, April 13th, everything that doesn't sell on April 12th, Record Store Day itself, will be online. But let's get to it. I don't think I've ever shot a new arrival video quite this large. I hope my batteries on my camera last this long, and I hope the memory stick can handle this amount of video. So let's get cracking. I'm going to start with the stuff that's kind of in my way here, which is the 7 inches, 10 inches, and CDs. We've got the Wallows CD. This is called More. Oddly enough, they took a blue piece of painter's tape, and that actually is sealing. That looks like it was printed. It is not printed. That is actually a blue piece of painter's tape. Really wild. I actually haven't seen a lot of this stuff, so we're going to be looking at it for the first time together. We've got the Snoop Dogg, the Jamaican episode CD, Gil Scott-Heron, Moving Target, Harvey Mandel, The Snake. We've got Ice-T live at the Montreux Jazz Festival in 1995. And David Bowie, Ready, Set, Go. I want to say all of these actually have a vinyl counterpart that I will be showing you here momentarily. We've got 10 inches, Olivia Dean, With Love. Royal Otis, The Nashville Sessions. It's the Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown. This is a Easter egg-shaped 7-inch, numbered to 5000. A Day to Remember, Attack of the Killer B-Sides. Drift, Working on Me, and Papaya. This is actually a combination of a book and CD. This is Treasures Untold, a modern 78 RPM reader. Okay, so that is the 10 inches. Let's look at the 7 inches. Pandaver, The Struts, Ben Von Combo, Tom Waits, Get Behind the Mule, Waxahachie, Much Ado About Nothing, Scott Weiland, I Know It's Too Late. We've got Youngblood, When I Die. One of the maybe the second hottest title, I think, for this Record Store Day. That is going to be Charlie XCX featuring Billie Eilish. De La Soul, Bigger and Respect. This is a 2-disc 7-inch, 2 brand new tracks plus 2 instrumental tracks. Omar Apollo, Trent Reznor, and Atticus Ross. This is something from Queer. T. Maldigo from Queer on cobalt blue vinyl. We've got a box set, Bad, Bad, Not Good, Brazilian 45 RPMs, Volume 6. They've been doing this for quite a few years now. Mr. Bongo. The Bluey, 7-inch. This is a 7-inch Bluey picture disc. Has the Burger Dog on side 1 and the Bluey theme tune on side 2. That is a very expensive $25 7-inch picture disc. But I know a couple years ago they did a Bluey 7-inch and people went nuts over it. We've got Fruit Bats. And Anderson .Paak, Come Down. Okay, that is the 7 inches. Lots of stuff, lots of stuff. Okay, let's make some room for the box sets that are about to be put on this table. War, Why Can't We Be Friends? The 50th anniversary collector's box set. 4 album session bonus cuts, unreleased unedited mixes. Let's see. 2 LPs featuring 8 unreleased tracks. Original album is remastered. All kinds of stuff. Sun Ra, the definitive box set documenting Sun Ra's historic 1970s concerts at the Foundation Mahagat Gallery in St. Paul de Venice, France. 3 LP set featuring highlights from the 2 concerts on the 3rd and the 5th with a big book. 20-page oversized booklet with a big booklet. We've got Joni Mitchell and the LA Express, the 1976 US tour. Mastered by Bernie Grundman, 3 LP set. Okay, so Oasis, Time Flies, 1994 to 2009. I got a lot of Record Store Day stuff. Some things I've got 500 copies of. Some things I've got 1 of, like for instance this Oasis. Oddly enough, they made 15,000 of these, but from what I'm told, we're only getting 1,000 in the United States, and no store got more than 1. Some stores order from multiple vendors. I don't, so I don't feel the need to because I get pretty well taken care of, as you can see from some of our Instagram posts where I'm shooting kind of photographs of some of the quantities of stuff we've gotten. But in this case, I only got 1 of these. So this is the only Oasis Time Flies 1994 to 2009 box set that I have. I would not spend a crazy amount of money on this on the secondary market if you have a difficult time finding it in the United States, because you will. They're making 15,000 of these, and this is a greatest hits singles collection. It's a 4-disc greatest hits that they're making 15,000 of. This, I think, will be available online for a reasonable price in the future. I would not pay crazy flipper prices, because if you were looking for this, chances are you're going to have a very difficult time getting it. But the other 14,000 of them will be floating around out there. Unfortunately, they only sent 1,000 to the United States. Absolutely insane. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. But that's the only, like, really bizarre anomaly. I got really good quantities of everything else. John Lee Hooker, the Charcot Sessions, available for the first time on triple LP set, recorded in Paris, 1 night only. This looks really cool. The Blasters, The American Music Story, The Complete Studio Recordings, 1979 to 1985. Limited to 1,000. Yeah, like this was limited to 1,000. I think I got like 6 or 7 of these things, maybe more. That's hand numbered, and that's actually a truly limited to 1,000. The Record Store Day USA website is, I don't want to say it's misleading, but it's somewhat misleading because, like, for instance, it shows that Oasis as only being, 1,000 quantity. But if you go to the UK Record Store Day website, it shows 15,000 as the quantity. And that's numbered, and I've got 4414, I think it is. So 1,000 in the US is kind of what you're looking at on the Record Store Day website. Grateful Dead's Beacon Theater. This is the Record Store Day box set, recorded 6/14/76. They're making 7,600 of these. I gotta say, this is another title that was heavily allocated. I got a dozen or so, but not crazy like in the years past. Jerry Garcia, Don't Let Go. Orpheum Theater, 1976. A performance so good it'll leave you grinning from ear to ear. 4 LP set, limited to 4,000. Record Store Day has done a good job with keeping demand up by keeping quantities lower. They're retooling from a couple of years back. Okay, let me start showing you guys the 3 giant piles of records in this bin. We've got 7 Doors of Death, the original soundtrack. The 13th Floor Elevators, Live Houston Music Theater, 1967. Title I kept for myself. Alan Parsons Project. This is the alternate iRobot. Essentially, they are taking alternate rough and early mixes of the tracks and making an album out of it, you know, using essentially the same running order, but alternate mixes. They've been doing that style of thing for years. They've done it with Van Morrison, Fleetwood Mac, and I've dug it. Tori Amos, Diving Deeper Live. We've got Air, Moon Safari Live and Demos. Gracie Abrams, live from Radio City Music Hall. Another title that's going to be really hot. Got a lot of phone calls on that. Aha, Hunting High and Low, the 1984 demos. Let's get these out of the way. Just so you guys are aware, I think these are mostly in alphabetical order. Belly, King. Another title I got a lot of phone calls on. We've got Black Sabbath's The Eternal Idol. John Brainley, Some Kind of Change. Bun B, Return of the Trail, limited to 1,500 units worldwide. Better Than Ezra, limited to 2,500 copies. How Does Your Garden Grow? Let's see. Bad Livers, Delusions of Banger. All analog cut from the original master tape, limited to 1,500 copies. Blackstone Cherry. This is Blackstone Cherry's RSD album. The band really likes it. It's kind of a spoof on the old Howlin' Wolf record, where he says he doesn't like it, which he didn't. Okay. Oh my God, we're running out of space. Gotta fill up the counters. James Blunt, Back to Bedlam, the demos. Jeff Bridges, Slow Magic, 1977 to 1978. From Jackpot, we got Black Knight, Sword of Rage. This has a genuine Bally Williams, so this is music from the original Pinball soundtrack, and it's got a Bally's Pinball genuine sticker on the back, like an antique counterfeiting sticker. Count Basie and his orchestra, the roulette wheel, the roulette years. I'll show that to you actually if you could see that foil sticker. Pretty cool. We got a Zoetrope of Blur's The Magic Whip. Officially licensed and unreleased, Chet Baker Recordings, circa 1987 from the archive of Bruce Weber. What is this? Interesting. It's almost in like a DJ sleeve. David Bowie, Ready, Set, Go, live in Riverside Studios, 2003. Another hot title. Kelsia Ballerini, the 10th anniversary edition of The First Time, with 5 additional bonus tracks. The B-52s, self-titled picture disc, self-titled album, first record. BB Doobie, live and acoustic in London on red slushy vinyl. Sylvian Carnal, Look Over the Nile. Hyper rare 1982 French private press of Berlin school style cosmic music. Is that what that says? Yep. Roughly translated. The Color Field, Virgins and Philistines. Carcass, Necrotism. Alex Chilton. The name of this album is Set. Limited to 1,500 copies. Cop Shoot Cop. Consumer Revolt. One of the titles I'll be picking up for myself. We've got the Cannibal Ferox, the original motion picture soundtrack. Limited to 1,000 copies on Gore Splatter vinyl. Ooh. Gruesome back cover. Won't show that on the YouTubes. Let's see. Bobby Charles, Bearville Studio Sessions. The Cure. This is a horrible packaging. Alone. The Fortet Remix. It's on like a, it's not sealed, it's in just a loose sleeve, but it's on the side. They didn't, put it right side up. Chervis's Every Open Eye, 10th anniversary reissue. Let's see, Chevelle, Point Number 1, lemonade and olive color in color vinyl. Chunning Linguists, Southern Underground, Back on Wax, first ever vinyl reissue. Let's see, Willie and Celia, debut album from 1977, AAA, all analog lacquers cut from the original master tapes by Dave Polster and Clint Holly at Well Made Music. Cali Agents, How the West Was Won. This is kind of cool because they replicated the original cover. This is Camper von Beethoven, telephone free, landslide victory. But it's that original like screen printed cardboard cover. Pretty cool, just like the original. Another Cure picture disc. This time we've got the head on the door. People complain about these every year, but I sell out of them every year. So, Ry Cooder, live at the Main Point, 1972. Cypress Hill, live at the Fillmore. Patsy Cline, Imagine That, The Lost Recordings, 1954 to 1963. It includes 52 tracks and 104 minutes of previously unreleased material with 15 new songs. Only doing 3,000 of these. This is number 222. Another really hot title will be one of the probably top 5. The Charlie XCX Number 1 Angel. Collective Soul, Blender. Cowboy Junkies, more acoustic junk. Come on, The Doors, The Alternate Strange Days. Venice. Yeah. Rough mixes from the album's early 1967 sessions discovered after 58 years. Comes from a tape, I guess, that Bruce Botnick had in his library. Duran Duran. Denise Macabre Deluxe. Zoetrope picture disc. Dead Sarah. Ain't It Tragic? The Dare. The Sex. What's going on this cover? 4 tracks: Girls, Sex, Good Time, and Blood Work. Del the Funky Homo Sapien and the good news. This just in. Limited to 2,500 copies. Doctor Who, The 10th Planet, the legendary 1966 TV adventure. Jackie DeShannon, Love Forever, demo recordings 1966 to 1968. Decide, Once Upon the Cross. This is the Dwarves, Blood, Guts, and as you can see, this was very heavily censored because I can't show this on YouTube. But if you're familiar with the album, you know what the cover looks like. If you're not familiar with the album, you can Google it. The Dictators, DFFD. Dada, Puzzle. This is the very first release in the US. This was technically released, I think, in Brazil and Argentina. But if you go online, like 9 people have it. It's extremely, extremely rare. But here on 2 LPs, we've got technically the first US pressing, right? So it's the first US pressing, but really, for the most part, the first vinyl pressing because, like I said, I've had the original Brazilian on my want list for years. That doesn't ever turn up. Limited to 2,000 copies on strawberry with black swirl vinyl. What's very cool about this particular record, the band sent me something cool. So if you are the first person to get it, so if you're lined up out there, I'm going to give you this. The band sent me this. It's a sticker of the band, an envelope with some artwork on it, and then a note from the band, autographed by the band. Thank you for being the first person to buy Dada Puzzle on Record Store Day at the InGroove. 4/12/2025. Signed by the whole band. So, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Actually, I am going to know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to go out there before the store opens, and I'm going to ask everybody in line, are you going to buy the Dada? Are you going to buy the Dada? Are you going to buy the Dada? And the first person that says they're going to buy the Dada, who was the first person who got in line, I am going to hold that for them at the register. This way they don't have to hurry to the register, you know, for just the one, for the one, with the one record. You know, they can finish shopping and buy other stuff. So that's how I'm going to do it. The first person in line that actually is here to buy the Dada will get this. It's very cool. If you're a Dada fan, right, you want that. Super cool. Dokken, Blast from the East. Nathan Davis, Happy Girl. Remastered from the original master tape, all analog, AAA from MPS. Dead or Alive, Youthquake Remixes, 40th Anniversary Edition. This is part of Record Store Day UK, but we got some here, which I think is the same deal with the Oasis. Although it doesn't have the hype sticker, the fact that we only got 1,000 kind of makes me think it's part of Record Store Day UK. Willie Dixon, What Happened to My Blues? Which makes sense. I mean, I think they're significantly more popular in Europe than they are here. Kenny Dorham, Blue Bossa in the Bronx, live from the Blue Morocco. Let's see, who did the master? Matt Luthans at the Mastering Lab. Limited to 3,000 copies. Again, the jazz stuff this year got a pretty good haircut as far as the available quantity. Eden's Children, self-titled. Fuzz-laden Boston Psych. From Sundazed. Earth, Hex, or Printing in the Infernal Method. Bill Evans, Further Ahead, live in Finland, 1964 to 1969. Limited to 6,500. Yumi Enya, Jakam, and DJ Kensi. This is a Japanese record of some sort, made in Japan. Not really familiar with the type of music. Maybe J-pop? That's a guess. Fields of Napalm. Fallen. Me and the Dog, Sam Fender. I will also, guys, do a standalone video talking about some of these individual titles. Just haven't gotten to it yet. I'll probably film that tomorrow. Neil Finn, Sessions at the West 54th. Sessions at West 54th. Frankie and the Witchfingers, live at KEXP. Almost done with this row. K. Frimpong and his Cubano Fiestas. God, this looks really good. I have no idea what this is. A seminal album featuring members of Vis-a-Vis band, first released in 1976. It's a high life classic. Might be worth checking out. Liam Finn, Hyperverse. Pretty cool foil cover. Flying Lotus, Spirit Box. Free Nationals, self-titled. This is the instrumental version. Flotsam and Jetsam, High. Good little mix this year, huh? A little of everything. From Today, Weaning Scars Like a Crown. Grocky's Zygotic Mincy, Barfundle. This is the first ever U.S. release of this 1997 folk psych masterpiece, limited to 2,000. J.J. Gray and Mofro, Orange Blossoms. We've got Gray's Rochambeau, 1994 Power Pop Classic. Guttermouth, Gorgeous on Yellow Smoke vinyl. Lisa Germano, Seek the Girl. Gissam Family. Oh, Gissam Family is the name of the album. Self-titled from the Gissam Family. Gray Boy, Freestyling. The Gladiators, Roots Nasty. If you're looking at all this stuff and you're thinking to yourself, what the hell is all this crap? You're just out of touch like me. That's all. We just don't know. Apparently, I'm guessing a lot of this stuff is happening. We're not happening. We're not happening people. Freddie Gibbs, You Only Die. Maybe a stylized way of spelling once? I have no clue. Good Neighbors, live at the Village Underground on Capitol. David Gilmour with Romney Gilmour, Between 2 Points. Let's see, live from the Royal Albert Hall. Looks like a 4-track EP. Astrid Gilberto, That Girl from Ipanema. Oh, look at gorgeous Astrid. Yeah. The Grateful Dead, On a Back Porch. Limited to 7,000 copies. Gorillaz, Demon Days live from the Apollo Theater. Harlem, 2006. Let's see, from Kraft, we've got Lacquer's Cup by Matt Luthans at Coherent. Let's see, Vince Guaraldi Trio, Jazz Impressions of a Boy Named Charlie Brown, The Alternate Takes. Peter Gabriel's OVO, 2LP, blue and orange vinyl, 33 1/3 half-speed remastered. Includes a high-res download card. Gonna Wanna. Wanna is the name of the album. Gonna is the artist. Gonna Wanna. Are you gonna wanna buy that? I don't know. Maybe you will. Maybe you're going to want it. Grief, live from Alexandria Palace on cream white vinyl. Liam Gallagher, Acoustic Sessions. These are all going to be quite popular. We've got Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by John Williams. Classic John Williams score. I think these are the first 4 movies. Let's see, we've got Chamber of Secrets, also by John Williams. Prisoner of Azkaban by John Williams. And then I think by the 4th movie he was done. Because here we have Patrick Doyle. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I think those are the first 4. I seen the first movie. I went to see the second movie and I fell asleep through it and I never finished them. George Harrison and Beck, Be Here Now. This is the RSD Song of the Year. I wonder how that's determined. I don't even know what the RSD Song of the Year is. Robert Hunter, Tiger Rose Rarities. And the last record on this row until we have to do the next row is Hindu Love Gods. I got it. Features Warren Zevon and members of REM. Back on vinyl after 30 years. The hell is this? I never even heard of that. That could be interesting. Okay, getting to lots of stuff. Okay, Francis Hardy. In Vogue, best of 1962 to 1967. Hank III, Rebel Within. From Resonance Records, we've got Freddie Hubbard, On Fire, live from the Blue Morocco. Only 2,500 of these. This is number 1,000. Brittany Howard, live from Austin City Limits. Mel Brooks, High Anxiety, the original. I think it says High Anxiety, yeah. My printer smushed all the lyrics together. I guess I can look at the record. High Anxiety, yep. Original soundtrack. This is the George Harrison Zoetrope of All Things Must Pass. Not in a box set. It's actually in like a triple gatefold sleeve. So the album art is actually on the back. But it is a Zoetrope disc. This is number 1483. I don't know what the quantity is, but it did not come in a box set. It came in that triple gatefold. Hepcat, Push and Shove. The House of Love. Harvey Danger, King James version. Him, limited edition 45 RPM picture disc. Emmylou Harris's Spy Boy, the live album. Let's see, for the first time on vinyl, now with 5 previously unreleased tracks. This is the Ice-T Live at the Montreux Jazz Festival vinyl version that I showed you the CD of earlier. Ice-T's Power Rarities. This is a rarities disc to complement the Power soundtrack. Show you the back of that there. Okay. Here we go. All right. Running out of counter space over here at the In-Groove. Lots going on. Busy, busy, busy. All right, we're going to start with Insurgents DC. Ripe for the Trade-Off. I'm going to have to figure out a better way of doing this. Can I stand in front of the bin? I don't know. Maybe. Ripe for the Trade-Off. Elton John, live from the Rainbow Theater. Skip James, Hard Time Killin' Floor. I think that third row is going to have to get moved over here when it's time. Mahalia Jackson, Moving On Up, a little higher. We've got Jet, Get Born, Rarities disc, kind of like that iced tea, kind of a companion to the album. The Jesus Lizard, the Jesus Lizard, Flux. Judas Priest, live in Atlanta, 1982, first time on vinyl. The Jayhawks, Blue Earth, plus a 7-inch with 4 songs, making their vinyl debut. Joywave, How Do You Feel Now? Jethro Tull, Songs from the Vault, 1975 to 1978. Includes rarities and outtakes. Vixen, Gloria Jones Vixen. The Queen of Northern Soul, back to black on recycled vinyl. She wrote art. This is the first, I'm pretty sure she did Tainted Love first. Tainted Love, made by, the big soft cell hit in the 80s. I'm pretty sure that was a cover from this record. Yeah. I don't know if she wrote it, but I'm pretty sure this is considered the original version. I heard it a couple of times, but yeah. Marcus King, live from the Bluebird Cafe. The Killers and Bruce Springsteen, encore at the Garden. Mark Knopfler, One Take Radio Sessions. That would have been better. 8 live tracks, each recorded in a single take at Shangri-La Studios in California. All the Pretty Girls by Kaleo. Kalila, In the Blue. Another title that I've been getting a lot of phone calls on. Lena La Havas. This is Pink and Blue Galaxy Marble Vinyl. Is Your Love Big Enough? The London Suede, Sci-Fi Lullabies 2. Licorice Roots, the Licorice Roots Orchestra. Lelom, live at Thana Hall. Lil Uzi Vert, Ethereal Attack Deluxe. Levitation Room, Minds of Our Own. We're just bound to run into an album I've heard of. It's coming, I can feel it. MJ Lenderman and The Win, Live and Loose. Nick Lowe, Not Indoor Safari, Volume 1. Nick Lowe, we've arrived at something I've heard of before. The Lemonheads in Dreamland. Unreleased outtakes, demos, and campfire covers on white vinyl. Try Some of Mine, Little Richard, the Brunswick Recordings. Limited to 2,500 copies on pink vinyl from Org Music. Geddy Lee, The Lost Demos. John Legend, Get Lifted and Rising. I guess these are, 8-song EP featuring unreleased songs. Laufey, A Night at the Symphony, The Hollywood Bowl. Power to the People, John and Yoko and the Plastic Ono Band, with Elephant's Memory and special guests. 1972. Pretty cool. What is she? Oh, Don't Worry, Kyoko. Mommy's Only Looking for a Hand in the Snow. Come on, that's a banger. Top-notch Yoko screeching. Isobel Campbell and Mark Lingon. Keep me in mind, sweetheart. I make fun of Yoko, but I actually dig her screeching under a bedsheet. I always have. It's just good. Very, very nice. One of the titles I was looking forward to. Jerry Mulligan and Thelonious Monk. Mulligan meets Monk. All analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. It is essentially a OJC that is only available on Record Store Day. They do one of these monos every single year. This year, it's Mulligan meets Monk. Motley Crue, Smoking in the Boys' Room picture disc. Holy cow. That photo looks almost AI. If not AI, heavily, heavily, heavily photoshopped. The Mission, Neverland. Mark Morton, Without the Pain. Harvey Mandel, The Snake. Sugar Minot at Studio One. 2 LP set from, who's that? Yeah, from first Studio One, yeah. It's in the title. What the hell am I looking at? It's late. I'm tired. That's the excuse I'm rolling with. The Meters, live at the Great American Music Hall, San Francisco. This looks pretty good. Huh. Might get that too. Craig Mack, Project Funk the World. Mal, Primal Dub 2. Alison Moyet, Hometown. Numbered to 3000 on the back. Morphine, Bootleg Detroit. Charles Mingus, In Argentina, the Buenos Aires concert. Limited to 4,000 from Resonance Records. This is a 3 LP set. Let's see, Johnny Marr, Look Out Live. From Resonance Records, we've got Wes Montgomery and the Wynton Kelly Trio, Smokin' in Seattle, live at the Penthouse. Limited to 2,000 copies. Thelonious Monk, live at the It Club. Double LP of Monk live in 1964. We've got Mingus at Monterey, the legendary 1964 performance, out of print for decades, pressed on 180-gram vinyl from Candid. Medium build. We've got Motorhead, The Lost Tapes, Volume 6. This is pretty cool. I saw them on this tour. This is Nick Mason's Saucer Full of Secrets. This is a single, but technically it's a half album because it's Echoes, which is pretty much half of an album. You know, the song Echoes. So it is Echoes live, half-speed mastered and cut, inside out for ultimate sound quality. So side 1 is Echoes, side 2 is an etching. Lumiere, come on, The Never-Ending Story. Original motion picture soundtrack by Giorgio Moroder. Really good song. Really, really good album, actually. If you like that 80s synth dance, you know, Giorgio Moroder sound, which I'm guessing a lot of people from the 80s do because he was on a lot of popular stuff. David Fathead Newman. Return to the Wide Open Spaces. Nectar, Remember the Future. Let's see, featuring the new 50th anniversary stereo mix from the original master tapes. Neurotic Outsiders. Oh Jeezy, Jeezy World 2. Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, The Peel Sessions, 1979 to 1983. Dolores O'Riordan, No Baggage, the second solo album released on vinyl for the first time. Oh wait, it says released for the first time on transparent violet vinyl, which means nothing. It could have been released on opaque vinyl, but opaque violet vinyl. It's like a tongue twister. Oh, the original motion picture soundtrack to Over the Edge. The cult classic soundtrack on vinyl for the first time since 1979, featuring hits from the Ramones, the Cars, Van Halen, and many, many more. Never seen that movie. The OJ's, Superbad. God, are we 2/3 of the way done? I think so. Graham Parker and the Figs, The Last Rock and Roll Tour. Pale Saints, Slow Buildings. P1 Harmony, Sad Songs. Pond, The Early Years, 2008 to 2010. Bossa Nova and Trompe Le Monde. This is the Pixies, live. Oh, check it out. They're doing both albums live. Boy, that's pretty cool. Might have to pick that up. The unreleased American mix of Public Image's debut album. Originally intended for release September and October of '79. Prince, live at the Grand Slam. This was originally included in the Diamond and Pearl Super Deluxe box set. Now available as a standalone. I'll probably get that myself because I didn't get that particular box set. The original motion picture soundtrack to Passengers. We've got Petty USA. The closest thing to being over is going on. Doc Pomus. Viva Doc Pomus. Songs for Elvis. The demos. Ah. What is this? This is all Elvis tunes. Restored from the original acetates. God, it just looks like old demos for Elvis. Very cool. I gotta check that out, see what that is. Party Next Door. This is the Party Pack 12-inch. Papa Roach, Leave a Light On. Another title that my phone has been blowing up for, Post Malone, who is the Record Store Day ambassador this year. He is doing a tribute to Nirvana. This is his take on Nirvana songs. It originally was released during COVID as a live stream on YouTube, I believe. Queen, Delinea La Demos. First time, I think, on vinyl for this stuff. This is the 5 demos mixed from the original multi-tracks. Haven't heard this. Keep Yourself Alive's on there. I'm curious what that sounds like. The Ramones, Loco Live. 2-disc live concert. The Residents, Leftovers Again, Volume 3. Rainbow Kitten Surprise, self-titled. What is this, an 10-year anniversary edition with 9 unheard demos on exclusive rainbow vinyl. Rural, Cats on the Ceiling. Todd Rundgren, Intonation. Let's see, 50th anniversary, pressed on transparent light blue vinyl. So far, all the Todd Rundgren stuff for Record Store, I think everything, I'm not 100% sure, but it's been mostly all analog cut from the master tape by Chris Bellman, maybe? Chris Bellman or Bernie Grumman. Todd Rundgren, The Arena Tour Live. 2-disc set. Jack Russell and Tracy Gunn's Medusa. And the last of this particular row, 2/3 of the way done. The Rembrandts LP. Okay, the last row. Actually, some of the best stuff is in this row. Rosalind and Charles, Spirit of the Living God. The Replacements. This is the 2 LP set featuring the remix and the 1985 original mix of Tim. This is Lou Reed's Metal Machine Music, the 50th anniversary edition. With this new cover for some reason. I don't know why it's embossed. It kind of looks cool. I think they should have stuck with the original cover. Rage Against the Machine, live on tour, 1993. Keith Richards and the Expensive Winos, live. The Rock Afire Explosion, the Original Dreams, Songs from Showbiz. What the hell is this? That's just creepy right there. It's like singing and dancing, monkeys, bears, dogs. Sure, it's a kid show of some kind. All right, now I got a little room. I can keep going. Very cool. This I'm looking forward to listening to. This is the Rolling Stones Out of Our Heads, but mastered directly from the original analog monotape. So all analog mastered directly from the original analog monotape, includes a lithograph of the original tape box and notes. Look at this, we're getting an audio file, all analog, Rolling Stones Out of Our Heads with satisfaction. Very cool. I don't know who, go ahead and leave in the comments below your name and information if you are wanting this. Are you responsible for them making this? Whose idea was it to make Jefferson Starship, just Starship, the 40th anniversary of the worldwide hit? So this is a 12-inch picture disc of We Built This City. Who wanted this? Somebody. I want to know who it is. I want to know who to point the finger at. Although I said that last year about the King Tut from Steve Martin, and somebody wanted it. Season to Risk, 1-800-MELTDOWN. Sex Witch, self-titled, 10th anniversary edition. Sam Smith, BBC Proms at the Royal Albert Hall. The Sword, Warp Riders. Wow, very cool cover. Not only is it foil, but it is embossed. Slit, Tweez, the Twee Hand Mix. Snoop Dogg, the Jamaican episode. This is the vinyl version of the CD I showed you guys earlier. Sixpence None the Richer, live from Grunin Hall. Shakira, live from Paris, pressed on neon pink vinyl. Skin Labs, Bound, Gagged, and Blindfolded. This one looks pretty cool. Probably going to pick this up myself. This is Sly and the Family Stone, the first family live at the Winchester Cathedral, 1967. Saxon, Wheels of Steel, 40th anniversary edition. Sun O, Oracle. Shudder to Think, Pony Express record. Gil Scott Heron, Moving Target. Dave Stewart, Dave Does Dylan, acoustic Bob Dylan covers. Sweet, Desolation Boulevard, live and demos. Soul Asylum, After the Flood, live from the Grand Forks Prom, June 28th, 1997. first time on vinyl. Music from the motion picture First Love, Last Rites. Shudder to Think. From Verasi Sarabande, we've got The Serpent and the Rainbow. Music by Brad Fiedel. Horror Legend. Number to 2000. This is number 137. Spillage Village. Bears Like This Too Much. That is a freaky cut. What's going on here? Marty Stewart and his Fabulous Superlatives. Superlatives. God, I really am tired, I promise. Let's see. Space Junk. This is the first full instrumental album. Sun Ra. Stray Voltage on frosted orange vinyl from Modern Harmonic. Sting 3.0. This is live. Sting live. Doing some Police tunes on there, doing some solo stuff. Ralph Stanley and Friends, Man of Constant Sorrow. Archie Shepp, the complete live and Antibus Record Store Day version. From Culture Factory. Another title I've been getting a lot of phone calls on. We've got the Stone Temple Pilots live in New Haven, 1994, available for the first time on 2LP purple vinyl. This is great. I actually played this right before I came on. This is about the highest quality you're ever going to see a Strata released. Big, thick Stoughton style tip-on jacket, gatefold, it opens up, shows you a picture of the original master tape. Mastered by Kevin Gray at Coherent, all analog, cut from the original master tapes. This is Pharoah Sanders. If you're a fan of the free jazz, this is pretty good, really good. Got a couple, I played it in the store, got a couple looks, you know, he does a little bit of yodeling on 2 of the tracks, but it's fantastic. Highly recommend. Another title that I listened to already, which was also great. We've got the Talking Heads live on tour, 1978. Chrissy Zibi, Tembo and Naguzi Family. Music from the motion picture Top Secret. The Thompson Twins, Into the Gap Live, released for the first time ever on limited edition turquoise and yellow vinyl. Terranizer, World Downward. World Downfall. Tesla, Reel to Reel, Volume 2. Another title I picked up, but I haven't had a chance to listen to yet. That is Thin Lizzy's Jailbreak. This is the alternate version. So again, an album made up of alternate takes, demos, rough mixes, that type of thing. Frank Turner, Positive Songs for Negative People. Throwing Muses, live in Providence. T-Rex, Bowlin' B-Sides. Toad and Wet Sprocket, Welcome Home, live, 1992. Don Tolliver, Heaven or Hell. The Thievery Corporation, The Cosmic Game, 20th Anniversary Edition. Carla Thomas, Sweet Sweetheart. Peter Tosh, Greatest Hits. U Roy, Right Time Rockers, limited to 1,500 copies on blue vinyl. Verve, The Verve, Voyager 1. First official reissue for this legendary US-only live album recorded in 1992. The Verlaines, Some Disenchanted Evening. The Veronicas, The Secret Life of. Joey Valance and Brea, Good Songs by JVB. The Virgin Suicides, 25th Anniversary Edition soundtrack. Air's iconic album meets Vegan's Bold Vision. Blue Moon Safari. Blue Moon Safari by Vegan. Eddie Vedder, Save It for Later. Is that the English beat, Save It for Later? Huh, could be cool. Is this the Wu-Tang Clan? The Wu-Tang Clan and Mathematics, Black Samson, the Bastard Swordsman. Another title I picked up for myself. This is Roger Waters doing his newest version of The Dark Side of the Moon. The Reimagined Live album on transparent neon vinyl. The Wombats, Glitterbug. This is a title that's going to be very in demand. Wicked, the soundtrack. This is number 1137. Remy Wolf, You're a Dog. Ronnie Wood, live at Electric Ladyland. Clarence White, Melodies from a Bird in Flight. This is the LP version of the Wallows album More. Also includes a blue piece of painter's tape. Everybody Have Fun Tonight, Wang Chung. Featuring a live version of Fire in the Twilight, made famous by the Breakfast Club soundtrack. Let's see the Wrecking Crew, the Mahaka Sessions. Marty Wilson Piper, In Reflection. The Wreckers, Stand Still and Look Pretty. Tucker Westmore, Waves on a Sunset. Young Thug, Barter 6. Yes, live at the Rainbow, London, England, 1972. Live at the Rainbow. 3-disc set. Warren Zevon, Piano Fighter. Legendary limited edition 4LP box set featuring Zevon's 3 giant records. Mr. Bad Example, Learning to Flinch, and Muttner. 2 of them are first time on vinyl. The other one is first North American vinyl release. Let's see, various artists. Mom, Music for Our Mother Ocean. Let's see, almost to the end. Various artists, Cave Stomp, Volume 1. The Westbound Sound, Volume 2, Foundations. It counts Ohio Players. Good Soul Comp. Another good Soul Comp is Soul Slabs Volume 4 by Coal Mine, excuse me. Various artists. Gilles Peterson presents International Anthem. Trying to go quick because I don't think my camera and or memory card is going to last much longer. Headache in Your Hand, Star Time Country. Rumble in the Jungle, Soul Jazz Records presents. 400% Dynamite by Soul Jazz Records. Various artists, Sweet Relief, We Can Help. Very cool. This is the first Blue Note, I think, Record Store Day title. Blue Note getting in on the Record Store game. This is Alts and Outs. This is a disc of alternate versions of Blue Note tunes, including Art Blakey's Moanin', my favorite jazz record of all time. And last but not least, we've got the Jazz Dispensary Night Lights, always a very popular title. This is on Midnight Blue vinyl. Keep in mind, guys, 8 o'clock, we open Record Store Day. Everything else, 8 o'clock Eastern Time the following day. It'll be available on the website, theingroove.com. We will also be live streaming all day long on Record Store Day from slightly before 8 o'clock a.m. till 7 o'clock at night. So it's going to be approximately an 11-hour live stream. It's going to be a long day. I've been doing it for years. Everybody loves it. It's great. You'll love it. theingroove.com. Until next time.